$1.4 million tourists are expected to come to the city during the Chinese New Year. 15 road intersections will become diagonal pedestrian crossings this year. And Iranian and U.S. held indirect talks in the Gulf Arab state of Oman. Good evening and welcome to TVB News. The Immigration Department expects some 1.4 million mainland tourists will visit Hong Kong over the course of the Chinese New Year holidays. This as Secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism, Rosanna Law, expressed optimism about the market situation this holiday season, pointing out that hotel bookings are nearly full.
With only 10 days left until Chinese New Year, a series of celebratory events are set to take off in Hong Kong during the holidays. With the mainland holiday period lasting for a total of 9 days, the Immigration Department expects 1.43 million mainland tourists will visit Hong Kong. Secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism, Rosanna Law, said hotel and restaurant bookings for the holidays indicated a positive trend. She noted that the hotel sector said almost 80% of their rooms were already booked, even before the fireworks performance was announced. Law added that special measures will be put in place at several tourist hotspots to facilitate the surge of visitors, with authorities using technology to tackle the increased people flow at border checkpoints. Meanwhile, regarding the possible plans to expand the scale of the Hong Kong Marathon to include more participants, Law said further considerations are required, especially for splitting up the athletic event into 2 days. She said she is waiting for a report providing more details from the Hong Kong-China Association of Athletics affiliates.
The Hong Kong Tourism Board said tickets for the Lunar New Year International Parade on February 17th are sold out. Tickets priced between $450 and $650 went on sale at 8 a.m. and sold out by noon. The parade will be held on the evening of Lunar New Year's Day in Tsim Sha Tsui. Starting at 6 p.m., several local performance groups will perform along the parade route, including Canton Road and Nathan Road, as a warm-up act. 12 floats will depart from the Tsim Sha Tsui Cultural Center at 8 p.m. If members of the public are unable to purchase tickets, they can still watch the parade along the route or watch the live broadcast on the HKTV's YouTube channel and television. Even if residents or tourists miss the parade, some floats will be displayed at the Kai Tak Sports Park and Lam Chun in Tai Po. The observatory says temperatures will drop to 13 degrees Celsius on Sunday under a strengthened northeast monsoon. A cloudy and gloomy sky, occasionally strong wind, but many runners were not bothered by such a weather condition. The observatory said the northeast monsoon, which is affecting the coast of Guangdong, will strengthen in the next 2 days. The minimum temperature will be about 13 degrees in the urban areas of Sunday, while a couple of degrees lower in the new territories. Weather authorities said temperatures will rise midweek next week as the monsoon will moderate by then. The Transport and Logistics Bureau will convert 15 road intersections into diagonal pedestrian crossings this year, reducing the pedestrian distance and crossing time by approximately 30%.
The intersection of Ngangxing Street and Chap Wai Khan Street next to the Prince of Wales Hospital in Sha Tin is one of the selected sites to be transformed into a diagonal pedestrian crossing. The location connects the bus terminus, the MTR station, and the hospital's main entrance. Many pedestrians prefer taking a shortcut out of convenience. This woman said people don't see the railing as a deterrent, with many choosing to take the shortcut, especially between 5 and 6 p.m. when visiting the hospital. While this woman said that if diagonal crossings are designated, everyone would support the measure. This as the Transport and Logistics Bureau earlier tested diagonal pedestrian crossings at 2 intersections in Tsim Sha Tsui and Sha Tin. Their latest proposal aims to expand the arrangement to 15 intersections. The measures are proposed to be implemented at Kennedy Town and North Point on Hong Kong Island. 5 will be in Kowloon, including Cheung Sha Wan, To Ko Wan, and Kwun Tong. Another 8 will be located in the new territories, distributed throughout areas such as Tuen Mun, Fanling, Tai Po, and Chung Kwan O. The measures are expected to be completed in phases throughout this year. Secretary for Transport and Logistics Mabel Chan said adjustments have to be made for the pedestrian traffic light. Data indicated that the pedestrian crossing distance and time at the 15 sites will be reduced by 30% on average.
Iranian and U.S. envoys on Friday held indirect talks in the Gulf Arab state of Oman over Tehran's nuclear program, with more follow-up talks expected next week. It was the first round of negotiations between the two sides since the U.S. and Israel strikes against Iran's nuclear facilities last summer. The United Nations and several nations in the Middle East expressed welcome for the resumption of the talks, which they hope would open a diplomatic path to ease tensions. Danny Zhou tells us more.
U.S. President Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner joined the meetings held in Oman's capital, Muscat. It was also the first time America brought its top military commander in the Middle East, Brad Cooper, to the table. Trump told reporters that his administration will hold more talks early next week, hours after what he described as very good dialogue ended. He made the remarks when on board Air Force One en route to his Florida golf club late Friday. He contended Iran was willing to do more than in earlier negotiations, but did not give details, while keeping up the military pressure in the region.
Iran looks like it wants to make a deal very badly. We have to see what that deal is. Last time they decided maybe not to do it, but I think they probably feel differently. We'll see what the deal is. It'll be different than last time. And we have a big armada, we have a big fleet heading in that direction. We'll be there pretty soon. So we'll see how that works out.
Trump has warned steep consequences if Tehran fails to reach the deal on the program.
We're with Iran. It was a meeting. We're going to meet again early next week. And they want to make a deal. Iran, as they should want to make a deal. They know the consequences if they don't make a deal, the consequences are very steep.
Earlier, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said that the U.S. president has many options aside from diplomacy to approach the issue. Iran's Foreign Minister Saeed Abbas Araghchi noted the Friday talks focused solely on nuclear. The deep distrust formed in the past dealings with Washington posed grave challenges to the negotiations, he added. In another development, the American government announced a new round of sanctions targeting 15 entities, 2 individuals and 14 so-called shadow fleet vessels tied to Iran's oil and petrochemical exports. Danny Zhou, TVB News.
Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takeichi, also president of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party, delivered an address at a rally in a final appeal to voters on the eve of the general election. The 64-year-old Prime Minister told thousands attending the event on Saturday that pushing the button for growth is the Takeichi cabinet's job, and pledged Japan will become more and more prosperous and safer. She further noted the country can still achieve much more on economic growth, appealing to everyone about a major policy shift. The conservative Takeichi, who took office as Japan's first female leader last October, has enjoyed high popularity ratings and won support among youngsters for work, work, work mantra. The snap election scheduled for tomorrow will be the first House of Representatives election held in February since 1990. Recent polls indicate a big win by the coalition of Takeichi's LDP with its right-wing new partner, Japan Innovation Party, while the opposition remains too splintered to be a real challenger. As Japan gears up for a general election tomorrow, the country braces for more heavy snowfall this weekend, as 45 people have died and more than 500 snow-related injuries have been reported since January 20th. The northwestern region of Niigata Prefecture recorded the highest number of deaths at 17, with more than 170 injuries. Snowy conditions were seen in Aomori City and Wakkanai, with many vehicles stranded in the snow. Japan's meteorological agency warns of further heavy snow in western and northern coastal regions over the weekend. The agency urged local residents to remain alert for traffic disruptions and to be cautious of avalanches in heavy snow areas from northern to western Japan. The United States says it will pay part of its outstanding payments to the United Nations. UN officials say that more than 95% of the unpaid regular payment is by the United States, and together with other U.S. arrears for peacekeeping missions and other expenses, the total amount reaches billions of U.S. dollars. Reuters reports that U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Mike Waltz, said on Friday that the U.S. will pay part of the outstanding payments to the UN within weeks, and the first payment will be seen soon, although the amount is not yet determined. He also emphasized that the UN needs to continue its reforms. And still ahead, U.S. President Donald Trump says he will not apologize for a racist social media post on his Truth Social account featuring former President Obama. British police have searched 2 properties linked to Peter Mandelson. Welcome back. U.S. President Donald Trump says he will not apologize for a racist social media post on his Truth Social account featuring former President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle Obama as monkeys in a jungle. The post was deleted Friday after backlash from both Republicans and Democrats who criticized the video, calling it offensive. Tracy Furness has more.
U.S. President Donald Trump refused to apologize for posting a racist video of the Obamas on his social media account.
No, I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things, and I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine. And they had that one post, and I guess it was a takeoff. By the way, a lot of people covered. If you look at where it came from, I guess it was a takeoff on The Lion King.
Nearly all of the 62-second video posted by Trump appears to be a repost from a conservative social media influencer who used AI to create the images. The post has since been deleted. Criticism of the video came from both sides of the aisle, with Democratic Representative for Texas Al Green saying Trump's actions condone racism.
What the president has done is gone beyond racial profiling. This is racism. This is raw, rank racism when the President of the United States of America, who knows or should know the history of this country and how persons have used this image of persons of African ancestry to be associated with persons who are members of the monkey family. For the President to do this and to do it openly and notoriously is showing that he condones this level of racism.
The White House blamed a staffer for posting the video erroneously. The post was partly a flurry of social media activity on Trump's Truth Social account that amplified his unproven claim that the 2020 election was stolen from him, despite courts around the country and a Trump Attorney General from his first term finding no evidence of fraud that could have affected the outcome. Tracy Furness, TVB News.
In New York, construction on the new Hudson River Tunnel has stalled due to federal funds running out. Funding will commence, U.S. President Donald Trump said, if they rename Penn Station in New York and Dulles International Airport in Virginia after him. Trump told reporters that Minority Leader Chuck Schumer suggested renaming Penn Station in New York and Dulles International Airport in Virginia after Trump. When asked about the report, Schumer denied it, responding on social media, "Absolute lie, he knows it, everyone knows it. Only one man can restart the project, and he can restart it with the snap of his fingers." The Trump administration halted $16 billion in support for the project months ago, citing the then government shutdown and concerns about unconstitutional spending around diversity, equity, and inclusion principles. British police have searched 2 properties linked to Peter Mandelson, the UK's former ambassador to the United States, as part of a probe into potential misconduct stemming from his ties to the late Jeffrey Epstein. Metropolitan Police Deputy Assistant Commissioner Haley Seward said officers from the Met's Central Specialist Crime Team are in the process of carrying out search warrants at 2 addresses, one in the Wiltshire area and another in the Camden area. She added the searches are related to an ongoing investigation into misconduct in public office offenses involving a 72-year-old man. Mandelson, who is 72, has homes in Wiltshire, England, and the Camden area of London. 2 people believed to be police officers were seen entering Mandelson's London home near Regent's Park on Friday afternoon. Thailand's election workers were making final preparations ahead of Sunday's election. At one district office in Bangkok, election officials checked ballot papers and boxes in an outdoor parking area. Officials said that after inspection, the boxes will go out to 114 polling stations in Hua Kwang district, which has 70,240 eligible voters. There will be 400 lawmakers directly elected based on constituencies, while 100 others will be chosen from party list nominees, who gain seats according to each party's proportional share of the vote. Together, they will constitute the 500 members of the House of Representatives, who selects the Prime Minister. Each registered voter will cast 3 ballots, one for an individual MP, one for their favorite party, and one asking voters whether Thailand should replace its 2017 military-drafted constitution. And back locally, 2 people remain in critical condition after a fire in Cheung Sha Fish Wholesale Market yesterday. Several charred vehicles remain parked near the arson site. The incident took place at around 3 p.m. on Friday when the police received reports of 6 trucks and a private car engulfed in flames, with smoke in the area reaching several floors in height. Investigations indicated the site was an illegal fueling station. Sources said the incident happened when 2 trucks were fueling a private car at the time when the fuel injector suddenly caught on fire and ultimately resulting in an explosion. A Chinese New Year market with inclusive sports activities opened to the public on Saturday. The event aims to enhance public awareness of inclusivity and support local business through parasports and a festive market. Most Night reports.
Located at the Yumen Square's free space in Guntong, the market is open to the public, offering products from local design brands, neighboring boutique stores, and ethnic minority groups. Apart from shopping, visitors can take part in parasports activities such as floor curling. At the event's opening ceremony, the Development Bureau said inclusivity has become an increasingly important concept in Hong Kong's construction, adding that redevelopment provides an opportunity to improve accessibility of the city. Meanwhile, the Urban Renewal Authority noted the free space at Yumen Square had been used as an outdoor recreational site since 2023. The URA added that the event highlights 3 of its initiatives, including the promotion of local bonding within district organizations and schools. Members of the public can visit the market between now and Sunday, where they can get handwritten feitures with the Year of the Horse greetings. Mamos 9, TVB News.
Police will implement crowd and traffic management measures in Mong Kok's flower market area starting from today. Mong Kok's flower market is a popular spot for buying festive flowers. Between now and February 17th, certain roads in the area will be closed, except for vehicles with a permit. That includes Flower Market Road, Yun Ngai Street, and Yunpo Street. Authorities say that vehicles parked illegally during the special traffic arrangements will be towed away without warning. Members of the public are advised to use public transport. In the U.S., a Mexican immigrant whose skull was broken during ICE arrest in Minnesota said the beating was unprovoked. Last month, a number of federal immigration agents began hitting Alberto Castaneda Mondragon after they pulled him from a vehicle. The agents claimed he ran into a wall, but medics immediately doubted that account. The man was hospitalized with 8 skull fractures and 5 life-threatening brain hemorrhages. He said he hopes to remain in the United States and support his family. And a slight correction, it is February, not January. And that's the news. Thanks for watching.